Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance, and enjoy the show.
I hope that I just wanted to get canceled. I mean, I wanted to be arrested, there's that, but I don't know if you saw this the other day. It was on NBC or CNN. They're talking about how the new sedition charges against the Proud Boys, the main leaders, and Enrique Tarrio, right, just got the highest level.
Yeah,
right?
They were just charged with seditious conspiracy.
Yes. So, I mean, they were talking about specifically how this implements a whole new level as far as the DOJ's mindset in being able to charge people, because a conspiracy is on various levels, like whether it's during the day and the actions of the day, it can be applicable to anybody spreading a false narrative well prior to that led up to that. And so that is like very significant. And they brought up a really good point in that. And I was like, wow, you're right. Like, they can literally, if they do what they're supposed to do, and they have every right to go and get the majority of people who are sitting right now in positions of power on the Senate, and actually, I mean, they're directly halting democracy and our processes about getting things done. Like, they're just doing it to just to counter the left or any other agenda that's going to benefit the country. Like, this is simply
just to be contrary. That's their whole purpose. Yeah, no, I hear you. Unfortunately, conspiracy and seditious conspiracy is really, it's a high bar. And so they've got their work cut out for them, even with the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers. And, it's going to be tough. They've charged it not too many times throughout history. And there've been a lot of acquittals, unfortunately, because of First Amendment rights. And, I think a lot of the other cases, which is where these might differ, I'm hoping, is that there were a lot of informants in those other cases. And so the defense brought in, well, this informant, this FBI plant, they were the ones who instigated it. They were the ones that came up with the idea. They gave them the money to do this. Without that, they wouldn't have followed through, blah, 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 which I get it. Okay, I get that you can pretty much say whatever you want here in America, barring explicit threats, direct threats, actually inciting violence, calling for violent action against someone. But, if someone came to me and said, hey, Gina, I'm going to give you $5 million and I want you, we should go blow up this Republican building together. As much as I hate the Republicans, you're not talking me into that.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you come to me with. No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to kill people, unless you're coming at me, unless you are literally in front of me as a threat to me or someone I love or another innocent bystander. No, I'm not going to kill someone. So in that way, I think it's kind of bullshit that they get off on those technicalities. But I don't think that really is going to be the case in regard to the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys, because I've seen a couple of instances in the January 6 cases or, in stories that I've read where there are informants, but there doesn't seem to be anyone who was involved in that top level who was also working for the feds. So I think that's where the cases might differ.
Got a good point there. I think that's valid. Yeah. I think,
So I think they'll be hard pressed to prove that, oh, someone from the government made us do it. The devil in the government made us do it.
I pray you're right, because then
Yeah.
we will have one less crazy person out there like Enrique. We don't need none of that.
Yeah. A lot of them.
Oh gosh.
Stuart Rhodes, I think, might even be worse than, from the leader of the Oath Keepers, might be worse than Enrique Tarrio, believe it or not.
Really? Why so?
He's, from what I've read, pretty psycho. I mean, his kids even just came out and they did a whole article on his children, and he has quite a few kids, about their upbringing and how violent it was, how terrified they were of him, how, he was abusive towards his wife, and how, basically they escaped by the skin of their teeth. Like, they literally had to pack up and leave without his knowledge because they were afraid that he was going to kill all of them if he knew that they were trying to escape. Just crazy stuff.
That's insane. I don't know how parents can do that. That's just like, that's disgusting to me. And we'll have to talk after my Provo trial is done, which is literally next month. I'll push back. I would have been done with it already. Unfortunately, it would have been done last month, but whatever, next month. But the very fact that you're stating this, the children, I'll tell you, these drivers who are running over people, they were the type of people who have multiple felonies and who were not felonies in the reason of like, for specifically child abuse, for things like this. I won't say names. I won't, just because like, I'll let it be a surprise and not to give prosecutors advantage, but they have it anyways, probably. But I'll say that it's very eye opening.
Wow.
Because it just makes me understand, like, nobody really has seen any footage from the Provo stuff. Really, I'm telling you this. They were seriously just like driving through people, and the police there are claiming that that I just decided to go out there and to yell at a driver to get them to stop from driving through people, and that was me going out there saying I was going to go just to fuck up cars. Like I just decided one day, out of like, I'm just going to go out and just start destroying cars for whatever reason. Like, I'm like, excuse me, like your intent, your automatic go-to is just that I'm going to go out there and just start destroying stuff with no criminal history prior. Like I was a Boy Scout, an Eagle Scout. I literally law-abiding citizen. Like I'm not a violent person, but yet these people who are driving through people have this long rap sheet of violent tendencies. And then maybe they didn't look into it, but that's part of like the very biased prosecution of ELM. Anyways, sorry to get off topic, but
no, that's okay.